A storm raged outside, its fury unmatched. Rain lashed against the windows of my desolate laboratory, each drop echoing the turmoil within my soul. Lightning illuminated the contraption that consumed my every waking moment. This machine, my creation, my obsession, neared completion. It was a marvel of science and madness intertwined. The air crackled with an unnatural energy, a palpable tension that seemed to vibrate through the very walls. I, Victor Frankenstein, felt a thrill course through me, a mix of dread and exhilaration. It was a dangerous mix of fear and anticipation. What had I wrought? The weight of my actions pressed heavily on my shoulders, yet I could not turn back now. My obsession had consumed me, driven me to this point of no return. I had to see it through, to witness the culmination of years spent chasing forbidden knowledge, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Tonight I would cheat death itself. The culmination of my life's work was at hand, and the world would never be the same again. The storm outside was nothing compared to the storm within. Whispers seemed to emanate from the shadows. They urged me forward, fueled my ambition. These whispers were not just sounds, they were like tendrils of darkness wrapping around my thoughts, pushing me to explore the unknown. I ignored the voice of reason, the warnings that echoed in the recesses of my mind. The warnings were clear, yet I chose to overlook them, driven by an insatiable curiosity that overshadowed my better judgment. How many nights had I toiled away, driven by a thirst for knowledge that bordered on madness? Each night the candle burned lower, and my resolve grew stronger, even as my sanity seemed to wane. I had delved into the secrets of life and death, realms where man was not meant to tread. The forbidden manuscripts held truths that were both fascinating and terrifying, revealing the thin line between creation and destruction. But now doubt gnawed at me. The shadows whispered of unintended consequences, of a darkness I might unleash upon the world. Still, I pressed on. The weight of my discoveries bore down on me, yet the allure of the unknown was too powerful to resist. What price would I pay for this forbidden knowledge? The moment of truth arrived. With a final surge of power, I breathed life into my creation. My heart pounded as the inert form twitched, showing the first signs of life. It was alive. My creation, assembled from stolen parts, now possessed an existence of its own. A grotesque mockery of life, yet magnificent in its own way. But as my creation opened its eyes, a horrifying truth dawned upon me. I hadn't created life, but a nightmare. The room, once filled with the hum of machinery, now echoed with the sound of my own dread. Each movement of the creature was a reminder of my hubris. I had played God, and now I faced the consequences. The eyes that stared back at me were not just alive, they were filled with a malevolent intelligence. This was not just a nightmare, it was a monster of my own making. The creature was hideous, a grotesque assembly of mismatched parts, its eyes a vacant yellow, its skin stretched taut over bone. Horror filled me, panic seized me. I had unleashed something monstrous upon the world, something I could barely comprehend. Remorse washed over me, cold and sharp. My dreams of conquering death had transformed into a waking nightmare. The weight of my actions, of the abomination I had brought into being, threatened to crush me. The creature escaped my laboratory, vanishing into the night. Fear propelled me, the gravity of my creation's existence settling in. What had I done? News of strange occurrences began to surface, whispers of a monstrous being sighted in the shadows. People lived in fear, and I, their creator, shared their terror. The creature, my creation, was a being of instinct, driven by needs and desires I never considered. Its existence, a tragic consequence of my blind ambition. My creation, my torment, haunted me relentlessly. It was a constant reminder of my hubris, a living embodiment of my folly. I had unleashed chaos upon the world, and now I was condemned to live with the consequences. My pursuit of forbidden knowledge had brought only suffering. This is the legacy of Victor Frankenstein. A tale of creation and consequence, a warning whispered on the winds. Remember it well.